it wasn't a scene like now. The Austin music scene is like, the West Coast music, East Coast music, and that kind of thing. Austin had no national identification. Uh, it was it was a place in Texas where people knew. A lot of people went who were young musicians and they had formed bands. But one of the reasons it was because there was no national product. Nobody had a hit record or a record that really translated out into the nation, so there could be that identification until this guy named Roky Erickson got a contract. And I mean, he was, another Austin musician. He was a little different kind of guy. Some people called him crazy, and I think he was certified by the state as crazy. But to a lot of people then, he was just another 18, 20-year-old guy. But he had written some songs, and he had a hit record. And so at that time, one of the ways that music was promoted was there were regional shows. There were national shows, we could get on and everybody saw it at the same time. But then in every big market, like the Dallas Fort Worth market, there was they had drive time radio, which was designed for the kids after they got out of school until they had to go home. That 3.5 to 5 or 6, man, that's when they were pumping out the new stuff and trying to get you to buy their stuff. Well, the same thing was happening translated to television shows, and they'd have teenagers come in and dance to records and stuff like that. Well, first time I actually saw Roky and the 13th Floor Elevators was on one of those Dallas shows. And they just were so totally different. Groups back then were wearing suits, or they all had on pretty much the same uniform. If they were going to be like, oh, we're revolutionary soldiers or something, they'd all have the hats and all that stuff. Well, these guys came on and they were dressed just like they walked off the college campus. I mean, there was no pretentiousness or anything. And they played this really, really good Texas rock and roll. So rock, to me, the my recollection is that Roky and the Elevators were what started getting people to look at Austin and go, well, wait a minute, there's a bunch of bands down there.